It's rummage season. I am sharing a little bit of some summer rummaging with you and a very nice collective rummage haul that hopefully will inspire you in decorating your home and finding items on a budget. Well, friends, it is time for a pretty massive rummage haul that I have been collecting over the past several weeks. Rummage and antique haul, I should say. So I have a huge variety of pieces from clothing to decor that I am going to share with you and throw in a few snippets of my rummaging outing and a little bit of antiquing as well. So I'm excited to share this big haul with all of you guys. I thought I'd just take you out rummaging and to a local antique store for a little bit of fun sightseeing of what I got to see here and there. Some rummages, of course, have great deals and really just want to get rid of their stuff, and others, you know, they're really trying to make a big buck on their items. I love looking at all the antique pieces or vintage pieces like this table and chairs and other chairs that I have a similar one for. In my front porch actually, and it is a little bit broken, but these were so wobbly still. I thought, nah, I'm still not gonna pay $7 even if they're super wobbly, but cute as can be. And this little antique table for $45, what a steal. And the quilts, if I had been thinking ahead, I would have picked up both of these quilts. They're so darling, but my mind was not in quilt mode, I suppose. All right, this antique store is a local one to us, and they have some more Western, DIY and vintage pieces in their store, along with some clothing as well that they do as like a consignment type pricing, I guess you would say. But just some fun pieces to be found and little pieces that the shop owner, switches around every so often. And this dresser, I think I have my eye on it because I've been searching for a new dresser for our kids' shared bedroom. It may be one I go and pick up later. All right, so first things first, I think I'm going to just start with all the clothing pieces I got. Most of you probably prefer to see the home decor and vintage pieces I found, so I will go through the clothing and books and things that may not be as interesting to some of you a little bit quicker. So first, I found just 2 shirts for my husband. They were 50 cents a piece. Oh, I should mention, most of my rummaging was done at our local citywide rummage in our town of about 700 people. So there were 13 rummages. I didn't go to all of them. I also helped hold and host our church rummage. This is my 4th year doing that. So that was a nice one too, because I did get some items there as well from some of our other church members. And that one we do a free will donation. But when I did have time to get out and about over the weekend, I picked some things up. So my husband needed a few new work shirts. One's more of a peachy, reddish color, Old Navy brand, and they're both Old Navy brand, and then a gray and red shirt there. I believe those were both 50 cents a piece. Okay, and then this may seem odd, but I did start looking for some fall wardrobe pieces for myself. I will have a baby by then, so I will not be pregnant, so I was just hoping to find some nicer pieces for fall. I needed to purge some of my fall items from last year as they just had stains, they were pilling, so I found a few pieces that might work for myself, and it's hard to try them on right now, just being in my 3rd trimester, pregnant right now, so things don't fit the same. But this was a super cute cardigan, black and white, with no pockets, but it is got a few little black buttons on it, and it is the All Threads brand. It is mainly polyester, so we'll see how that goes. Sometimes polyester doesn't suit me well, but it is very long, has like a little slit on the sides. So that is a cardigan I found at the church rummage, so a free will donation for that. Actually, most of the clothes were at my church rummage. This sweater was so cute. So I'll just show you a little bit what it could potentially look like other than my baby bump. This has a little bit of a turtleneck vibe. It is On 34th is the brand for that. This is more of a workout zip up, although 3/4 way zip up Nike brand, pink. It has the little thumb hole in it, and I will still continue to walk outside. I still do every morning, so this is something that I will absolutely wear after baby. And it's a little bit big right now anyways, which is great to layer with. So just a really nice Nike 3/4 zip. Just a pair of athletic shorts because it still will be summer a bit. These are Nike. I think I paid 50 cents for these actually at a different rummage, and they have the liner, which I appreciate. This one a friend just gave me. I went to her rummage and she just told me, have this dress. It's a nursing dress. It's a black nursing dress, and it has buttons down the back, and it has the button on the arm so then you can unbutton it to be able to make it nursing friendly, which I'm all about easy nursing, but I think this will be very convenient. And I like just a sleeveless dress for the rest of August, September after baby comes, and a cute little tie in the front. If you can see that, black is hard to see here on the camera, but it wouldn't probably fit right now anyways, but after baby it'll be perfect for nursing and summer wearing. These pants I thought were really cool. They're Athleta. They're kind of a brown. They'd be great for fall. They cinch a little bit on the bottom. They're kind of more of an athletic feel, like jogger style. They have a zipper pocket. I don't know what material it's made of. They are a little bit big, but I thought even maybe right now they would honestly fit me because I carry so high with my babies that it might fit now, but I don't know if I really need pants for the rest of the summer. So we'll try these, but I like the color for fall, that brownish burnt orange color. This sweater was one I found at a different rummage that I've had around for a little while, and it's so fun. Just adds a little color for fall. It'd be great with some tucked in high-waisted mom jeans. It's got the tan and the green and the mustard and the maroon, and it is the brand BB, I want to say, and the back is more plain. Then I did pick up a few baby items. So this rummage had 5 pieces of clothing for $1. So I got some 0 or 6 month sleeveless onesies, 4 of those, really pristine condition, and you can't pass up $1 for 5 items. And then we don't know what gender we're having, but I needed one more item to toss into the bag, and they only had girls' clothes. So I thought this cute little fall dress would be just darling if we have a girl, or to give it to, we have other friends who are having babies too, so give it to them. Just got some burnt orange and the blue, just so cute. So that was 5 pieces for $1, so great bargain on that. And just a few other baby things. Another baby cover for the car seat, one that isn't all worn out like my previous, and just a fun little blanket, swaddling blanket. I think this has little peas on it, green peas, so very gender neutral, great for girl or boy, because my kids currently like to play with the swaddling blankets with their little play dolls and babies, so another one would not hurt. I believe that is all for clothing, so we're going to jump into some other pieces now. We're going to go into the organization department. So this bin, some of these were actually brought to our church rummage that people carried items in, and so they weren't technically on the sale, but they could have gone on the sale. Large gray bin. I use these to store clothes or in my back porch for shoes, winter things. Just a really nice, sturdy not stained, gray collapsible bin, and I don't pass some of these up when they're in such nice condition. So I got that one from our church rummage. Then I got this cute little leather handled blue basket. This would be really adorable in a little boy's room, or if we have another boy, our two boys could be in one room together. Put some toys in there, some little cars, set it by a bed, on a shelf, something. So I picked that up. And then I got two of these little mesh, not little, I should say. They're probably 18 inches by 9 inches by 11 inches or so. I already have one in our closet holding some of my workout clothing and pajamas that are combined together. It has a little bit of gold pattern there and very sturdy, the gold little beading right there too. So I thought those were really nice, especially when they were technically free because people brought stuff in them to donate. Speaking of storage, you all know I'm a sucker for baskets. This is a massive basket that was $5 at a rummage I just happened to stop at. It's double, backwards, double lidded, very deep, very sturdy, just needs a little cleaning out. This will probably replace one that I have in my kids' room with some of their books in it. It could work for blankets. It would be kind of hard to get blankets out of, but I just can't pass up a nice large storage basket. It would also work for a laundry hamper, whatever the desire is for a large basket like this. But I truly think it'll be one to replace ones that are just getting a little bit worn that I've had for 5+ years. And when you find thrifted baskets and you use them and open them every day, they do have some wear and tear. But this one was a great steal for $5. Such a big basket. Speaking of more storage, this one I probably will not keep. It has some metal handles. It's a picnic basket, and I do tend to really like picnic baskets for storage. It's got some, it's not even really wicker. It looks just more like I can't even remember what you call this, but it's got a harder lining on the inside. It's got a really sturdy wood base. It was $2, so really good price. Really sturdy on the inside. So, I mean, a kid could honestly sit on this. It's probably not as old as some of my other wooden baskets are per se, like all wood, all wicker, but it would really be sturdy. So maybe I will keep it just to store other things in. Like I put some homeschool stuff in a basket like this. That way if a kid sits on it, it honestly wouldn't break and have any problems. So $2 for this beautiful wicker type picnic basket. So I'm going to share just a few books I picked up at some rummages. The great thing about garage sailing books is they're like 25 cents a piece, and they just work very well for if we want to read them for a while and then donate them either to our library or donate them back to a different organization. So I did not know they made these little House on the Prairie books. They're so sweet and cute. We've read the whole actual Laura Ingalls Wilder books to our girls already, twice through. And these ones are just kind of fun because they're short little stories that we can read in a few minutes. So I got the one titled A Little House Birthday and Dance at Grandpa's, and I think we have one more, a Christmas type one that I found, but it shows there's many more of these. So these have been fun to read to the kids. This nose book, we have the foot book and the tooth book, and they are great for beginning to early readers. They rhyme, they help them repeat phrases. They're just kind of silly too, so these are kind of fun to have. Then of course, my little guy likes this noisy dinosaur book. Our other noisy animals book we had, the sound went out and it got a little beat up. So 25 cents for one of these books, very fun, and I don't mind the little bit of noise. Okay, we're gonna move on to some decor. This was actually from an antique store. So a few pieces are from an antique store. And it really just drew me in. Isn't that just such a beautiful canvas painting? Oh, it just reminded me of my oldest, my 6-year-old girl, and just such beautiful colors, like those pastels and the birds, and just her hair kind of in a long pony like my girl likes to wear her hair, just wandering through the meadow with the geese. I want to say they're geese. Just so beautiful. So I paid $14 for this, so probably more than I typically would pay, of course, at a thrift store. But antique store prices tend to be a little bit higher, but I know I will use this in our girls' room. We're renovating the basement for them, and they're currently, all three of my kids share one room right now, but this is so darling and precious, and I just love the frame too. A couple more decor type pieces, ones that I may keep, ones I may put on a shelf that I have in an antique store. So these blue jars were all $1. This one has a little stand with it, which is kind of fun that came with it. And each lid is kind of different. So there's the metal lid, this one's the snap top lid, and another metal lid. Then this jar was also with it, so this was $1 too. Not sure exactly what it is, but that's kind of funky. And then the little clear one with the snap top lid. No seal on it right now, but for $1, those are really good prices. It's just fun to be able to have a place to put some of this stuff. I do keep these at home as well. Sometimes I'll store our dried raisins and dried goods in there, or they're beautiful in the summer with cut flowers in them, and I just enjoy the blue, the vintage blue. Antique store, crazy price, 99 cents for this blue and gray crock. Very dirty, but for 99 cents, I wasn't gonna pass that up. It could hold utensils in it. You could just plop it on a shelf like I do with a lot of crocks in my home. Put some cut flowers in it, store things in it, put it on a shelf next to something else, you know, just as decor aesthetic. But 99 cents for this beautiful crock. This piece is very rusty, so I'm not gonna move it much. This was a $3 scale. I have one similar to this sitting in my kitchen counter that I had paid $8 at a Goodwill years and years ago. Goodwill prices are not that affordable anymore. But $3 for this very rusty vintage scale. I may use it in our renovated laundry room, potentially, or I may resell it, or if I have friends who really enjoy some of these items, to gift it to them. But $3, I thought that was really cute. This is such a darling little rolling wood horse. This was at a local antique store that we have in our small town. It's pretty new to our town, like 6 months old. And I think I paid either $6 or $8 for this. I can't remember. But my little 2-year-old just saw this and he fell in love with it. And I thought it'd be so adorable on a shelf in their room or his room, because I'm trying to not have it quite so girly and feminine, especially since it's a mixed gender room right now. But just such a darling little wooden wheeled horse that would be so cute in, honestly, any little kid's room. So speaking of that antique store, I did get this bowl at the antique store. It looks like it's one that could have a lid. It says Eve in Bake Atware, I think is what it is. I can't remember if I paid $6 for this or the $8 for the rock or that horse in this. So one of the two for this. It's brown, beautiful bowl that would be great for fall with fruit in it, the apples in it, or just to have as another mixing bowl, because I love these stoneware bowls in my kitchen and I use them often. So $6 or $8 for this Atware bowl. Another bowl that I found at an antique store, this one was $12, so it's a little bit bigger, and I really like that. Our family size and not getting smaller, so when we have guests over too, serving in these type of bowls is just really great, because I like to host and have guests and serve in beautiful dishware. And this one just drew my eye too, because it's kind of like a little girl watering all around it. I don't know if you can tell that, but it's the same image all the way around, but I think she is watering. There's a little window, she's watering some flowers, and just kind of drew me in. There's a teeny little chip right on top, but nothing that would be a bother for serving or eating. No cracks or anything like that. It does not have a brand on the bottom either, so not sure if it's a real vintage bowl or not, but just so cute. And for $12 at an antique store, and a great size. I've already used it several times in the last few days since I've actually gotten it, so perfect for our home. Still speaking of the kitchen, just a few more practical pieces. These napkins, we use cloth napkins in our home. They're just exactly like the ones I already had that my grandmother had gifted me. So 5 more white, bright, cleaner ones, not super stained and grimy like the previous ones we had. This was at that church rummage. And then just another towel that is not that stained and gross, because towels tend to get pretty grimy and gross when you have people washing their hands in the kitchen and drying their hands, especially little kids. Okay, friends, that might be all, other than 2 bigger pieces I'm going to share with you and just show you pictures and footage of them, because I'm just not going to bring them here in this living space. So the first one is a baby swing, little baby rocker. Our baby swing has seen 3 kids, and the battery wasn't working right, it wasn't swinging well, and saw this one at a garage sale for $15 and thought, why not give it a try? It's smaller, our home is small, so having a smaller baby swing, not a massive stand-up swing that takes up a whole section of the home, is ideal. So I found this for $15. They said it was barely used for their 2 children, so I wasn't gonna pass that up. It still works right now. It rocks back and forth, up and down, and then you could move it around the home, which I was all for that. So $15 for this really nice condition little baby swing. And then at a different rummage, I found this really beautiful pink rug that in my mind would go great in a girl's room once it's done and completed. Once our basement renovation gets done, whenever that may be, I thought this pink 6x4 rug would be really darling. It was $8 for this rug. It just has kind of that Aztec white pattern on there with the pink, and so I bought it. Maybe that was a spur of the moment buy, but for $8 I thought this would be really darling and cute, even layered with another rug. So those are the 2 bigger pieces that I found. Well, after these bigger items that I showed you, I forgot 2 other pieces because they're on me. So I found these beautiful bracelets at our church rummage. They're kind of just a fun pastel set with the black one in there, and just very kind of fun. I don't know, they're very light and summery, and they're matching my shirt right now really well, and I really enjoy them. And they're great because kids can pull them on and off really well and kind of just play with them. Great for wearing in church if they need something to play with. And then these earrings, they are maybe a little bigger than I usually wear, but I do enjoy wearing earrings. I used to sell jewelry. I don't wear much anymore, but I used to sell jewelry before I became a mom, and these earrings definitely would have been a thing I bought. So I do like them. They're kind of fun and funky, so great date night, going out to church. Not probably your everyday wear, but just something fun. And I never know about picking up earrings at rummages, but just wipe them off, sterilize them, and I think they're good to go. So a few small things that I had on me that I forgot to mention. All right, friends, I think I have shared enough for this haul. Summertime is a great time to get out rummaging and garage sailing. Even with my 3 kids along, I will often stop at a garage sale and just quickly peruse the aisles and tables and boxes of whatever people have, because you never know what treasures you're gonna find. So I hope you enjoyed coming along on this haul with me and seeing a little bit of what I like to get and how I'll be using some of these items. I didn't show you footage of really how I'll use them, just ideas that I mentioned. But definitely stay tuned for more rummaging and thrifting throughout the summer, and baby will be here before I know it, so I'll be sharing probably maybe even a few more baby items I'll be getting. But I hope you enjoyed again, and have a blessed and wonderful day, you all. and we'll talk with you in the next one.